Fox News is having a little bit of a tough time right now in terms of messaging around some of the things that Donald Trump is doing. Now, they need to keep as close a relationship as possible to their wealthy donors, the reason that they exist. But they also have to acknowledge that the wealthy are kind of being screwed over by Donald Trump's trade war and all the chaos that he's introducing into the economy. But they can't really be that honest about that because they also need to have a close relationship with Donald Trump. So it puts them in a slightly difficult position. So we're gonna be playing a few different clips and you're gonna see different strategies playing out. We're gonna start though with Martha McCallum on the tariffs, which are causing most of the issues.
So why not just eliminate the tariffs between Canada and the United States? Is that a place that we can get to? Because I mean, it's mind-boggling. Like 25%. No, it's going to be 50%. No, we're back to 25%.
That would be true if this was Fox.
All the tariffs?
That would be true if you were Fox Canada. Fox Canada would like that, but Fox
I'm
USA.
just asking the question. So I heard President Trump moments ago say $200 million we send in aid essentially to Canada. So are we going to eliminate that? I mean, tell me what the starting points are. That's what I want to know.
The starting point is we care about America first. We care about American workers first.
No, you don't. If you did, you wouldn't be doing this. Because look, he's saying Canada would like this, which by the way, yeah, they probably would like us not having this trade war. You know why? Because the trade war is bad for both countries, which we've been saying over and over and over again. Clean out your ears, old man. But it's also obviously like Fox Canada would want it. No, you're talking with Fox America. She wants it. She's being very clear. Listen when a woman tells you what she wants. She wants an end to the tariffs. She's not sending you mixed messages and she's not being coy. And she's also, by the way, reflecting what a lot of wealthy interests want. They're not interested in this. Can you take a look at the stock market? It's supposed to move in one direction and it's moving in the opposite one. That's bad. And that dude, obviously he has even less independence from Donald Trump than Martha McCallum does. So he has to imply that all of this is good for the country at large, for the workers specifically, even though pretty much everyone understands at this point that that's not the case. We know that, for instance, jobs, he was talking about, we care about Americans and their jobs. Jobs will be killed. They expect that employment will decline by 0.11% from the 25% tariffs on imports, rise to 0.25% loss of jobs with retaliation. That's $177,000 job losses from the 25% tariffs, rising to over 400,000 job losses in the event Canada and Mexico retaliate, which they've said that they would do, and they've already done in some cases. And that's just from like that first round of tariffs, and Trump keeps saying that he might jack them up even more. So with that, why don't we turn to Sean Hannity, who obviously has a more long-standing and closer relationship with Donald Trump. Let's see how he messages around this.
I know the markets are skittish. I know everyone's freaking out. It's sort of like how they were freaking out over Zelensky in the meeting in the Oval Office. And I kept saying they'll be back. I'm telling you, this issue of tariffs is going to be resolved. It's not free and fair trade. And the fact that the markets don't understand that Donald Trump is in the middle of a negotiation here is kind of hard to comprehend, that they have no curiosity about what the thinking of Donald Trump is in this. The thinking is to get them to the table and to either choose free or fair trade or reciprocal tariffs.
So I love that for a few reasons. First of all, if the market had gone down by like 10% or more, and invariably over weeks under Joe Biden, do you think he'd be like, I think that it's time for us to show curiosity about what Joe Biden is thinking? No, I don't think that that's what you would be saying. Also, this isn't like one CEO getting skittish. The market at large, which is run by these corporations, these CEOs, these boards that you worship and verbally JO on a daily basis, have all seemingly come around to the idea that no, this is actually really bad for us. Maybe you should listen to them. And if they're not curious about Trump's thinking on this, maybe that's because, and I know that you know this, Sean Hannity, although you do not have it in you, the independence, the strength, the moral fiber to admit it, Donald Trump is both insane and stupid. This is not good thinking. This is not good negotiating. And he's doing all of this to undercut a trade deal with these countries that he himself got. It's not like he's trying to finally right the wrongs of like, oh, Jimmy Carter really screwed us decades ago. This is Donald Trump's trade deal from like 6 years ago. If all of this extreme action is necessary because of how terrible that bill was, why weren't you criticizing it more all along. I guess a lot of the economic damage that was done under the Joe Biden years wasn't actually Joe Biden's fault. I guess it was just that damn Donald Trump for signing up for such a terrible trade deal with such important trading partners, JR. What do you think?
Howard Lutnick is a pain in the ass. This is the guy who was shilling standing next to Donald Trump when he was tossing out those stupid more red hats, trying to get him to report. He said, "You don't say no to the president." I think it was the same guy. It looked a lot like him if it wasn't. But Sean Hannity then trying to find a way to spin this in certain kind of ways. Dude must be dizzy by now. It's his only point. It goes back to the same thing because Howard Lutnick finished the same thing he was saying. Well, it'll all be fine. Things will be great. Well, where's your evidence? Where's your proof? It's all based in just believe me. That's all these points are. These aren't evidence-based. These have no facts behind it. It's trust me, things will get better. And his explanation, Sean Hannity's, was his thinking is to get them to the table and two things will happen. Either get this free and fair trade that we want or tariffs. We know that. And right now it's tariffs. So what do tariffs result in? Higher prices for consumers. They never finish the sentence. They just say it's gonna be one or the other. He's gonna get us free and fair trade or he's gonna get us some tariffs. We know that's the problem, bro. These are so simplistic minded people. And for some reason they have these positions of leadership within our country and in our media that people just listen to them and don't listen to what they're saying. And they know this. That's why they don't finish thoughts. So one other thing. So what about all these promises that Trump had as far as the stock market going crazy just because he's been elected? And now that it's not, why not? Nobody's asking these questions. It's not happening because his policies are being put in place that destroy these things. That's the way his brain works. His brain doesn't do things right. He's an idiot. That's what we were trying to tell people the whole time he was running for office and saying these things that, again, just like the Ukraine war ending in 24 hours. Did you see this too, John? He said, I was just being sarcastic.
Yeah.
So were you being sarcastic about the stock market too? One of the questions going to be asked.
Yeah, I mean, I guess every time he said he'd fix something faster than you ever believe, super fast. Dude, I was just joking around. Get off my back. I'm not gonna do any of this stuff, certainly not quickly. Shut up about it. Again, that's Hannity just doing shut up about the egg prices. Shut up about the skittishness. Maybe your retirement is in jeopardy right now. Shut up about it. I don't wanna hear it because I'm curious about how Donald Trump thinks. Okay, that'll make me feel better as I'm begging for cheese on the streets. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.